All right, so here we are looking at the moon phases worksheet. You should be on this if you've already gotten pretty good at this, picking the phases and answering the questions. We're going to look at these multiple choice questions. Number one says, if you see the moon high in the sky near noon, so let's see, here you are at noon, because realize this is noon, then this is sunset, this is midnight, sunrise, and so this is noon. If you see it high in the sky, you'd expect to say new. However, you can't see a new moon, so we would either look for this waning crescent or this waxing crescent. So if you look at the answers, the one that is possible there is waxing crescent, and so we chose waxing crescent for number one. Number two, you see a moon low in the west right after sunset. So we need to go to sunset, so that's sunset. Now, remember, we're going around like this all the time, once a day. So if we're looking east where things rise, we're going to be looking out over here. If we're looking west, we're going to be looking out over here. And realize this guy's a little bit too tall. So if it's right after sunset, so I'll make him a little bit after sunset, and then he's looking west, that's going to be a moon that's going to be here. So that's going to be a waxing crescent. Number three says lunar eclipses happen when. So let's make sure we have our eclipses understand. This is where a lunar eclipse will happen. The sunlight coming from the left gets blocked by the earth so that the moon doesn't get lit up. And you'll see a full moon actually get darker and redder because of the lunar eclipse. So anybody on this whole half of the earth, anybody over here, is going to be able to see that lunar eclipse. Everybody gets to see it, lots of people. Because if it takes a while, even people here will wait and they'll get to see it. So over half of the planet will get to see the lunar eclipse. Solar eclipses are different. Solar eclipse, the moon's over here, so the shadow of the moon is much smaller and it only hits on a certain place on the earth. So only a couple people get to see the solar eclipse. In any case, the answer to lunar eclipses will happen right here at the full moon. Number four, solar eclipse with the new moon, as I mentioned. So that's over here, and the shadow only hits a tiny part of the earth. Number five, they've shown a picture with the rounded on the left. And this app is set up for the northern hemisphere, so we're going to look for rounded on the right. So notice if the picture has rounded on the left for the southern hemisphere, for the northern hemisphere, we're going to round it on the right. So we have a waxing crescent for number five. Number six is you see a moon low in the west right at noon. Okay, so noon would be here. And looking east would be looking over here, so looking west would be over there. So we'd have to wait a few days to get the moon over here somewhere. So it could be third quarter, maybe any of these over here, I guess, could work. So I guess waning crescent would be okay. Third quarter would be probably the best answer for this question. Remember that in the real world, this moon is actually much further away, and this human is much smaller. So third quarter is a good answer here. Number seven, northern hemisphere with the rounded on the left. So this is a third quarter moon. Number eight, you see the same moon from the northern hemisphere rounded on the left. So we're third quarter. And it's high in the sky. So this isn't the time of day. We got to pick a different time of day so it's high in the sky. So that'd be here at sunrise, it looks like. That would be morning for number eight. Number nine, you see a first quarter moon. So we got to go wait a few days, wait halfway through the month here till we're back to a first quarter moon for number nine. And you see it low in the east. So this person looking east would see the sun. This person looking east would see the moon. So this would be at about noon. For number 10. Notice for number 9, you see a first quarter low in the east. This we didn't have to say whether we're in northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere. We're going to look, this picture is valid for both. Notice this dude we're showing is actually on the equator. It's true for northern or southern. Thing is if in northern, you're going to see it rounded on the right. But if it was southern, you're going to see it rounded on the left. But other than that, it's the same thing. We would see noon looking in the east for either northern or southern hemisphere. That takes us to 11. And we see which phase moon from the northern hemisphere, and they have it rounded on the left. So I think that's going to be a first quarter. So we say which phase moon is in the northern hemisphere, shaded on the left. So here we go. We've got a third quarter moon. It's called third quarter because as the moon orbits in 29.5 days, we arbitrarily choose to start here. So this is the first quarter, this is the second quarter, so this is the third quarter of the orbit. Drawing a picture, this would be a good picture right here, what I'm showing you on the computer screen. And how many days till it's full? Well, full's a long way from now. We got to go wait this week, and then that week, and then that week. So about 3 weeks, right? It's about 21 days. If we want to be more meticulous and careful, we would say we know that it's 29.5 days to get all the way around. And we know to go from third quarter over to full is going to be 3/4 of that, or 0.75. So a better answer would actually be to take 0.75 times 29.5, and you actually get 22 days instead of 21. And that's for number 11. So I hope that helped a lot. Make sure you just hit pause when I'm talking too fast, and I hope it helped. There you go.